Afternoon all, how are you all doing? Sorry, I'm late. How's everybody doing? Is there any chat? What's going on? Oh, I've moved my chat. Hello, Jay. Hello, Jonathan. Hello, Michael. Sorry, I've moved my chat. You are now up at the top of my screen rather than down there, over there. Happy Friday, David. So basically now I can look up at chat because I think my neck was broken because I was constantly looking at the chat window. Now the chat's there, my neck is straight. So I've had to move you up to the top. Hope you don't mind being up there. It's a long way up. It's a long way down if you fall. And there's a good possibility of that because the camera's literally just perched on top of the monitor, so you may well fall down. Evening, Evan. Afternoon, Even. Afternoon, Brian. What's up with gold? Gold. I think gold's, what's up with gold? It's gone up. It's probably going to come down. That's what's up with gold. Should I move myself? I might move myself. I don't think I want to live there at the moment. I think I want to live over there. Why should I live up there? Might live up there for a bit. Oh, I've just put the wrong EA on there. Idiot. Wake up. Bear with me one sec. There we go. Right. How's everybody doing? Afternoon, Michael. But the chat is in a very slim window now, so there's a chance that I might miss a load of stuff. So if I do, ask it again. Morning from the US. Morning, Evan. Morning, Baggy. Afternoon, Baggy. Didn't make it to the London stream. Fell asleep, David. Lazy bugger. Looks like the ORB was nice this morning. Oh, God. I missed it. Didn't take it. I said this morning, I came on the stream this morning and I said, be careful with the ORB today. I'm not going to take the 5-minute or the pre-market open because we've got news at 15. So we basically had news at 8:15 this morning. So what I was anticipating was a quiet session ahead of the news. And basically what happened was it went absolutely crazy. I didn't realize that Deutsche Bank had dropped 10% on their share price. So it's obviously collapsed out of bed. So we came straight down to ADR. We've popped off of ADR. We've got propulsion gap targets to fill to the upside this afternoon. So there's a lot more upside at the minute. We've got 5 minutes to the open. We've also, again, same thing this afternoon. We've got news. 12:30, we've had retail sales for the CAD and the US dollar. 1:45, we've got the PMIs. So market opens obviously at 1:30. 15 minutes later, we got the PMIs coming along. So there's a good chance we may well have a whippy open on the US. Exactly the same thing as I said this morning. That didn't whip, did it? So we've moved down a lot though. If you look at the NASDAQ, so I've got really itchy nose today. If you look at the NASDAQ, we've moved down a lot so far today already. As our open. So this is the Globex session with its big push up, and then obviously it's slammed down along with the DAX. So again, we've got big upside targets sitting on the NASDAQ. I have just signed up for a new prop firm for futures because I want to do a bit more jigsaw and found a new prop firm with a fixed daily drawdown. So I've just signed up with them, but I haven't got the login details through yet. I've had some logins for Tradeovate, but they haven't given me logins for Rhythmic or for Jigsaw. So, yeah. But yeah, very nice ORB this morning. Big money to be made on that one this morning. Afternoon, Danny. Afternoon, Brian. Like the camera? It's not a very good one. I probably look like I'm doing this all the time, but it's actually a GoPro, which I use for paddleboarding. So I've converted it into a trading cam. Anyway, I don't know, I'm looking at myself in the window over there. You can't see me, can you? Afternoon, Rob. Afternoon, Dirk. Afternoon, Figinia. Camera in a better position. Didn't like looking up my nose. Yeah, I was worried about that. I did shave my nose hairs this morning just in case. What are the downsides to the NAS? Let's go have a look at the NAS before it opens. We've got 2.5 minutes. So we're in the middle of so this is a 3-day since FOMC. This is basically yesterday. We just had a weird session yesterday, obviously. So this is where we were before FOMC. This is where we opened today. We've pushed down on the bank, the Deutsche Bank news, which has dragged a lot of the banking stocks down and a lot of stocks in general by the looks of things. So downsides today are yesterday's low, which is actually yesterday's open pretty much. So I'd ignore yesterday's low, previous day's low, and the low of, that's what I would class as the low of the day yesterday, the low of the rally to the downside. So there's 2 levels to the downside, which are 126.12 and then yesterday's low should be on the chart. I haven't put that indicator on there, have I? Sorry, previous day's low, which is 12.556. So those are your levels. So we're not far away, look. That's where I'd be watching this afternoon. Failing that, crash down obviously to ADR and low of the week, which is Monday's low. That'll be low of the week. Upside, yesterday's high and FOMC high. Those are your upside targets. And obviously Globex high, which is obviously you can see there. That propulsion gap is a big upside target as well. So I've got 30 seconds to go. See where we go. I really wanted to trade futures on this afternoon, but yeah. So I'm personally not running the ORB EA this afternoon. I'm not running anything outro, as you just asked, purely because we've had the move down and we've got the PMI figures coming out in 15 minutes. So one of 2 scenarios, we're either going to run for the gap ahead of PMI, which is totally achievable, or we're going to hover around and muck about down here for 15 minutes, in which case you're going to get whipped to death. So there's your pre-market 15. So I get the feeling we might get a bit of whipsawing at the open today while we're waiting for the PMI figures. And then the 15, so basically the 15-minute range breakout today is probably going to be a better run. So waiting for that. I suspect is probably the best thing to do. Morning play salty games. Caught most of London. Long on US dollar yen, pound US dollar. Need a trend up to get out clean, chasing them back up against bad swings. We got breakout to the upside on the pre-market 15, so we'll see what happens, but I'd be more focused on obviously that's the 5-minute, but I'd be more focused on the 15-minute range today. ADRs today. So I've banked $1,800 this morning, sitting in 3.5% drawdown at the moment. Lots of green on the board. A lot of this green is the ADR and RSIs from this morning that we looked at. So we've had a few more ADRs hit stints this morning. Euro Swiss, that was the ADR we looked at this morning. Doesn't get much cleaner than that, does it, from ADR? Boing, straight up. See M5 reversal alert on that one. Look, has still not triggered. So this is the one we looked at this morning, and I said, look, you're going to have to take price action on this. The only way in was price action because the move was so fast and so hard that came down this morning. You're just not going to get a reversal alert on it. So you had an entry on that on price action. Euro yen, you did have a beautifully tight M5 reversal alert on that one. So this is the area that I highlighted this morning in the live room. This low there, down to that low there. So this zone, which was encompassing ADR, we came straight down into that one, bounced to ADR, pushed off. The reversal alert was so beautiful. It's absolutely textbook. W pattern, reversal. Yeah, so there's your reversal. Entry was there. If you got in on the reversal retest, your entry was there. And market structures just basically popping. So target on that, usually quarter to a half an ADR. Half an ADR is 129. You've done 886. So quarter of an ADR, 64. If you were going for quarter of an ADR, you're out. Quarter of an ADR was basically in the propulsion gap, which we basically tested, and then we've slammed. So we're coming up into another level of previous resistance. Euro, US dollar. That one was basically a bounce, but again, exactly the same scenario with that one. You couldn't get a reversal on it. You had to take price action. That was a pretty good price action reversal, and then it came back down and made a new low. And then you got a reversal. Don't know why that hasn't updated. But you did get a reversal, and there is your entry. And there is my entry. Long. I am long. Target, propulsion. New Zealand dollar yen. In that one again, reversal alert there. So there's your ADR. Yeah, this is also a 1 hour RSI extension. Yeah, so all these ADRs that we got today are also 1 hour RSI extensions. Pretty much everything in the universe at the moment is extended on the hourly. So get in anything you like. At the moment, we've also got Aussie dollar yen is extended on the 4 hour. So if you're trading 4 hour entries, you got an extension on that. It's not quite 75, it is 70 though. And we've broken down out of that area. So that's where we'd be looking to come back and test that propulsion gap up there. So loads of opportunities to get into loads of stuff. As I suspected, there's your 5-minute opening range, which for some reason hasn't been drawn in. No, sorry, this is the first 5-minute candle. Wake up. 25 seconds left yet. Hello. My name's Lee. I can't read the time. Afternoon, Miora. Afternoon, Huang. See the webcam position has changed. Yes, you have moved up there. You were down there. Now you're up there. I like being below everybody. Just got into the oil long. Oh, I've got too many machines. Look at it on here. Yep, so have I. I've got my... I've got to rearrange stuff. I've got my laptop here now. You can probably just about see the keyboard. No, you can't. Yes, you can. Yeah, that's keyboard. In the way of the microphone arm, and now I can't see the bottom of that monitor. Oh, I'm not going to do logins, am I, this afternoon on that new account? So, oil. Yeah, I've just got in literally 68.120, which is 68.30 on here. So just gone long oil on the break of that propulsion gap high. So we are pushing now on oil. There's your 5-minute opening range. So watch that. I still probably wouldn't take that, but so we're pushing up into this propulsion gap now. So potentially there is more for a leg down. We've also got that propulsion gap there. Yeah, potentially leg down. But what I'm looking for obviously is this to be the pullback on the long. So this is a 50% retracement on the previous move. 61.8 actually. It actually came down to 61.8. It was a 50, bang in the middle of that propulsion gap, pulled back down to 61.8. So I'm looking for it to come back out. Ultimately, up to $80 a barrel. $15 run. Maybe. But I'll hold it as long as I can. I'm not very good at holding. I'll probably be out of it this afternoon. Afternoon, pot goiter, US dollar yen. That's an H1 extension on RSI. I didn't get a signal on that because it didn't hit 25 today, but I'm in it from yesterday already. Beautiful support bounce here out into this propulsion gap. So they bought it back up there. This is our first time retesting this area massive propulsion gap target to the upside, which is over an ADR. We've got loads of propulsion gap targets to the upside on this. So really, if we get positive PMIs this afternoon, I wouldn't be surprised to see an ADR hit. Sorry, an ADR hit to the upside. So yeah, like it long from here. If we get negative news today, we're going to come down to ADR and down into this area, which will be your second entry. That'll be my second entry down there if I need it. Looks good. Like it. In on EU. Yeah, long EU. Hourly RSI extension, 5-minute reversal alert. Beautiful W retest off propulsion target. Afternoon, John. The pound CAD this morning, I did a aggressive drawdown control position on the pound CAD this morning. Here, this one. So it broke that propulsion gap. So this is the disadvantage of using pending orders, which is why I hate pending orders. I much prefer to wait for candle close. I probably would have taken that anyway on candle close, but after we got in, or I got in, we had a massive bullish engulfing going in, incorporating the last 4 hours. We've pushed up again back into those highs. Now we're starting to push back down into this propulsion. But remember I said this morning, if you look at the pound CAD on the sentiment, the problem we've got with the pound CAD at the moment is 70% of the market is short, meaning all the liquidity the market needs is sitting there, there, and there. Yeah. So there's a good possibility we're going to come and run these highs, which is obviously going to stop me out. So all the time the market is hugely short, obviously the market will, so all the time the retail is short, rather, the market's going to push up to the highs. So so it was a risky one, may or may not play out, we'll see, but I'll stop out on that if it does push anyway. Okay, 10 minutes in, 10-minute candle's about to close. So there's your 10-minute range in. I fully expect this to pull back up inside so that we're sitting somewhere around the open ahead of the news, which is in 5 minutes. Let's put tick strike on. I won't make it too loud. CAD yen and euro yen, so they're both RSI extensions. CAD yen is 75 or 25 basically, and euro yen is pretty much the same. So both of these pairs are pretty much the same play this morning. The M5 reversal alert you got in London, and yeah, it's coming off nicely. Not so good resistance level or support level on this one. So we broke support on the CAD yen, and we're pushing back up into this propulsion gap. Still got these biggies up here. There's loads of targets to the upside on this. There's so much upside on everything against the yen. So everything against the yen is a good long opportunity at the moment because of the strength that we've had on these runs on the safe havens. But the safe havens are only going to be run when the banks are in trouble. And Deutsche Bank obviously this morning announced problems, and we had a run, but that's all I'm doing. So I like that as a long, but you've missed the opportunity on that one. Euro yen is pretty much the same. That's the one we've already looked at. You couldn't get in on a reverse alert. You're just about to get that now. But it came straight off of that support area that we identified this morning. So I'm already in it anyway. But both of those are RSI extensions. There's lots of RSI extensions. We'll have a quick look through all these in a minute. I just want to wait for the open. Well, not the open, for the news. Okay, so we've just taken out the lows. So there's your 15-minute now range low. So let's see if they buy up the Globex lows and bring it back in ahead of the news. We've got 2.5 minutes left. Oil's pulling back. What I'm worried about today is the market's continuing to sell off, which as we can see, when we get the sell-offs in the market, it seems to have a negative impact on oil. So, Marion, you're stuck in CAD yen and Euro yen. Oh, didn't want to do that. That's blown the EA. EAs don't like it when you change time frame. Yeah, I mean, if you're in, depending on when you got in these and where your average is, but if you're in them, I wouldn't worry too much. There's so much upside on it. You are going to get the end will weaken. Definitely will weaken. The question is oil going to strengthen? Specifically on this one. There we go. So we're pulling back up inside. We've got 1 minute to go. So we are rejecting the lows. I've got to move Mr. Wick down now. Hang on. There we go. Move him down. So lows are being rejected at the minute. So this is your 15-minute. You've got 50 seconds. That is your 15-minute range. If we're going to get big, strong PMI movement today, which we haven't had on the euro or the pound, so we might not get it on the US either, that's the range break I would look to take today. Break to the upside into there, break to the downside. You haven't got far yet. So I much prefer an upside break. Mind you, that's not far either, is it? So tricky one. Tricky. But we'll see where we go. 6 seconds. I can't hear any ticks from Tick Strike. Is that even? Oh, whoa, there we go. Jesus, did you hear the size? That was a big sell. Crikey, that scared the life out of me. Right, that got absorbed. That whole sell order there got absorbed. Big style. So I probably looked along it, to be honest. Uh, 53.8 off of 53, 49.3 off of 47, 53.8 off of 50. So all positive US dollar. So it's positive US dollar. Oil pushing. US dollar doesn't seem to be doing a lot. We expect this to come down if that's positive US, but I don't know if that was a massive sell order that just came in there, or that was a glitch or something. But if that was a massive sell order, they didn't get anywhere, did they? So not going far, are we? David, with the 75-25 mean reversion strategy, when a currency pushes hard as the yen has been and multiple yen pairs are extended, are you selecting ones that look good, or do you decide you'd rather UJ? Always look for trying to get through. Watch if this candle closes above this high. I think we will probably find we're heading up here. That was absorption again there. Big sell orders coming in. Buyers absorbed every order. so far. We'll see if there's any more. I don't know who's got the biggest bank balance at the moment. So yeah, pick the ones that look the best. Okay, we're at the lows. So watch this candle. This candle wicks out, ends up bullish. Be looking for longs. Yeah, with all the ends. So when you're seeing the RSI dash lit up like this with lots and lots and lots of yens, look for the best opportunities from a support resistance perspective. So don't forget you've got two currencies here. One of them is obviously the yen on everything. On everything else, you've got another currency to trade. So you can either use the buyer scorecard and look at the yen pairs and go, right, well, I want to be buying the US dollar yen. That's the obvious one. What's the second strongest? Euro. So US dollar yen or euro yen are the two main contenders for longs. Yeah. But any of them can work. You've got news events coming up, which are going to work with them as well. So you can use anything you like. Sentiment, have a look at the sentiment on the ends. There's nothing. Everybody's long everything against the yen, which is why the yen's coming down. But yeah, I mean, there's no right or wrong. If you flick through all the ends, look, Aussie dollar yen, no obvious support. CAD yen, no obvious support. Swiss yen, support. Look at this one, how much more this has bounced than the others. Because you've got people watching. This market is driven by human beings. It's driven, you know, people that work in banks are still human beings at the end of the day. So they are driven by the same things. They're watching the same levels. They're seeing support areas. They're buying up support. There's limit orders automatically set at these orders to trigger. So when they trigger, they all trigger at the same time. We push. Yeah. So CAD yen, probably the best one to look at there. Euro yen, textbook. We got down to ADR. We got extended on the yen. We've got an area of strong support, 3 wicks there, strong support. That's a previous level as well. ADR, hit. Massive propulsion gap. But all these yens, you've got propulsion gaps to the upside on. Some will be better than others. Pound yen, support. This one's also got a close support. So if we fail, I've got a really nice entry opportunity there. So, you know, looking at the others that we looked at a minute ago, yeah, we're out the lows on this one. There's nothing to the left that I can see to help me get into a second position. So you just have to add them all up. And you'll find on the RSI dash, you will have, we might have rejected that low. There we go, yeah. So we rejected that low, look. Buyers are starting to step in. So there's nothing but selling I was hearing there. And we didn't make it down. Although we need some buyers to come on board, and I don't really hear them either. So this could still collapse out of here. But so yeah, you basically just have to add up everything really, and see what makes the most common sense to get into. Here come the buyers. So we haven't had much of a reaction off of that news, to be fair, have we? So all positive, US, but reaction on the US, meh. So we'll see. So yeah, pick the best. Whatever's got the best support and resistance is going to be the one that the market will pile into more. If you want to get into all of it, you can get into all of it. You can make a lot of money. But if we get a push on the yen, and obviously they drive it down on a big squeeze, then you are squeezed on every yen at the same time, which is what the exposure rule is for. Good evening from India, Sanket. Welcome aboard. 83 people in here. We've only got 16 likes. Which futures firm am I trying? The one we looked at this morning. Trade Day, it's called. So the reason I like them, who mentioned it this morning? I can't remember who mentioned it. Someone mentioned it this morning. It was a regular. I can't remember who it was. No restrictions on payouts. I haven't read the fine print. So it says there's no restrictions on payouts. Whether or not there are restrictions on payouts, we'll find out. Looks like a good buy. There we go. Definitely looking like a buy. So stop under the low. Up there. So yeah, so basically no payout restrictions, 90%. Keep the first 10K you make. It worries me when you see this because it does look too good to be true. But the main reason I'm interested in them is this: end of day trailing max DD. There's no other companies that offer this at the moment. There are Forex companies like my Forex funds where you have a max trailing drawdown end of day. But all of the other futures firms, the vast majority of them, have a trailing max drawdown that goes from your highest run up on your P&L. So if your P&L starts at 10K and goes up to 12K and you don't close it, and then it drops to 11K and you have a 1K drawdown, that's a fail. The fact that you're $1,000 in profit doesn't matter. You drew down 1K, you're out. So with this firm, when you start on 10K in the morning, you've got a 9K max drawdown. If you run it up to 12 and drop it to 11 and then close it at a profit, no problem. So that I really, really like. No daily stop limits. This is how futures trading, in my opinion, should be. And this is where the futures market has really, really fallen down and suffered. So, so I've signed up with them. I had realized I signed up with them previously because I wanted to take a trial, and they had a load of educational material in here somewhere. There's a load of education material which I wanted to watch. So I watched some of it and then realized I knew it all anyway. So I scrapped it, and I never actually took an evaluation. So I actually had an account with them, and I'm worried because I've just signed up with them and it says I should receive an email. I haven't received an email and I haven't received any logins. So Jigsaw's all ready to go, but I don't have any logins. So US dollar seems to be coming down nicely. So US dollar CAD, RSI extension, short, I'm already in, target there. So pretty much the same reaction as we had this morning on the pound PMIs. Sorry, the pound PMIs and the pound retail. We had positive news and got a negative reaction. That's positive news. US dollar seems to be coming down. Indices are driving up, but we'll give it a little bit of time. That might change. But yeah, upside target on this is there. It's good. All positive news, but these reactions are pitiful. Yeah, there's no news. This is I said this morning in the live room. This morning, you're in the live room now. The live room this morning, not the live room this afternoon. We had our biggest news day of the month yesterday. We had 2 interest rate announcements and an unemployment figure, and it was the smallest day ever, wasn't it? The market didn't move. Banked $279 because there's nothing I couldn't close anything out. So it's pitiful yesterday. We don't seem to be having any reactions to news at the moment. Mental trader, how is US tech going? It's on the screen. Going up. Remember I said you were here, weren't you? When I said it's coming down. It looks like they're absorbing the lows and it looks like a buy. It's going up. Target that. You can hear they're buying it. Didn't make live this morning. Nobody. My body said nope. Stay in bed. I wish my body could say nope. Stay in bed, but I have a mortgage to pay. Oil is running hot. There's the reversal on oil. That's the break of the previous. That's the break of the previous propulsion gap. That's, well, say it's running hot. I'm in and I'm not in loss. I'm basically break even on it. What I mean is it's not going down, which is what I'm interested in. Right, so if you're taking the 5-minute opening range, oh no, that's a pre-market. That's your 5-minute opening range. Hard OLB today. We might get that, we might not. It's Friday. Don't forget Fridays is obviously super choppy. So I will monitor that out the corner of my eye. I have to keep looking around my microphone now. DAX as well. We've got this massive propulsion gap up here. Yeah, so that's probably where you would get on the NAS. We've got much more to go there, but obviously that can go up there. That's a beautiful ADR today. Look, that could be something to do on Monday. Right, we'll run through the RSIs, but I think you'll find a lot of these you probably have missed. You should have taken them in the London session. Everyone like the stream? Thumbs up. 107 people, 43 likes. It's depressing because it means that there's over 50 people in here that don't like me. It's horrible. Do you ever use liquidity pockets? Market maker method strategies to help understand market structure. I don't know. What do you think? Look at my charts. I don't know what you're talking about because I don't know what any of that means. But do I? I don't know. I use my indicators to understand market structure, and I use wide range bars to understand where banks put their orders. If that's what you call a liquidity pocket, then yes. See what I mean? Everybody's using the same stuff. Everybody calls it something different. That's a fair value gap. That's an inefficiency. That's a wide range bar. That's a propulsion gap. That's a liquidity pocket. Big candle where the banks basically entered the market orders that drove the market down. I assume that's the same stuff. I don't know because I don't know what a liquidity pocket is. It's the first time I've heard that terminology. Market maker method. Don't know. I'm new here, by the way. First time in the channel. Yeah. Market maker method. Again, if you understood how the banks work, I'm not saying you don't understand how the banks work. I'm just saying how the banks work. The market makers are not the people that move the market. In the banks, you have multiple desks. There's a market maker desk. There's a prop desk. There's a commercial desk. And we're just testing the 5-minute opening range on the NASDAQ. Well, we're just about to test it. So there's multiple desks, basically. The market maker desks actually aren't the ones that move the market. The market maker desks are the ones that provide the liquidity. So those are usually the over-the-counter desks, which are filling the orders. And the fact that those over-the-counter desks are the ones filling the orders makes the terminology of smart money concepts and bank concepts and market maker methods concepts redundant because they don't actually move the market. They just provide the liquidity for the other desks. But anyway, call it what you will. It's market structure. It moves up and down. But yeah, I guess I do. I don't follow any of that stuff. But I just trade support and resistance and propulsion gap targets using market structure reverse alerts when RSI extensions are in play, which means the banks need to profit take their moves. All covered in my bootcamp, which is on the website. And you can watch that for free whenever you want, or on YouTube, either up. But it's all the same stuff. Everything's the same stuff. Everything you see out there is basically somebody selling a course with a different name. It's all the same stuff, isn't it? I was slacking on the like. Thank you, James. It's very kind of you. Don't forget to subscribe, everybody, as well, because it comes up with a little clap on the screen. All this new technology stuff. It's brilliant. Welcome, Callum. Sorry, I shouldn't have just ripped in. I wasn't ripping into you. I was just saying I don't understand what you're saying. You will learn if you come back here. I'm very pedantic. I'm logging the tooth. I've heard it all before. That's basically my problem. Sometimes I think he's a market maker, but then I don't know why he's using retail candlestick charts. Exactly. Let's see if we can get a Nirav. Ready? Here comes a Nirav. Nope, sushi. Try sushi rolls. What's my wife been looking at? Am I going for sushi this weekend? No, unfortunately. Victoria Plumbing. Oh, no, she's been shopping, hasn't she? She wants to go out for a sushi and she's shopping for a new bathroom. I didn't get a Nirav. I think everybody in here, if you actually frequent YouTube at all, you know what we're talking about when we talk about useless retail candlestick charts. You know who we're talking about. Normally he's on his. I haven't had him for days. I think it's about 3 or 4 live streams now. I haven't had an Nirav alert. We've got some sellers starting to come in. I can hear in the background. See if we get any buyers entering back out of here. Otherwise, we may be looking at market structure short here. Yeah, so 2 things are at play. Either that low, this is your high, then we're going to make a new low. Or this is your peak formation low. We're going to pull back and go for a run on those highs, which means we go up there. So we need this level to hold, really. Which it looks like they're buying back into now. That was probably just a few people exiting their orders on those longs. Getting into a new leg. Let's see what happens. Afternoon, Stevie. Afternoon, Whipping Post. Hot Pocket? What's that mean? Your chair makes you look like the devil. I know, it's good, isn't it? This is my ball chair. Not to be mistaken for ball. Chair. See you on Monday. SA load shedding. Oh, Potgeiter's having internet problems. I'll be here Monday, obviously. I'm always here. Looks for a curry, but gets a sushi. Yeah. Right. That's held that level. So if you're in long on this from down here, you could add to it there, because if we break that level, the likelihood is we're going to run up into those highs and test this gap. Although they are selling into it again. So I just want to keep an eye on gold on this screen. Because, yes, we're off. Gold's, it's gold. God. Did I say gold? Oil. Because I'm in oil. There we go. It's holding. Right. RSIs. Wrong one. So we've got a couple to look at on the 4-hour. Aussie dollar yen. Obviously, you've missed that. That was an M5 this morning. It's putting back a little bit at the moment. Oh, no, it's not. It's just a chart issue. So there's your W reversal. Long. Nice, easy, long. CAD yen extended on the 4-hour. Just about. Again, you missed it. That was this morning. All these are all just turned off. So all these yens have all come off the dashboard in the last 5 minutes because we've just had a new hourly candle paint, because obviously they're all playing out. So if you got into any of these this morning, they're all working. We still have some extensions. Aussie US dollar is extended on the hourly to the downside. Nice 75 extension on that one. Just about. Why am I not in that? Sorry, bear with me a sec. Oh, just our CAD. Aussie US, sorry. Not quite sure why. I then get dragged into that. That was a nice entry, Aussie US. It's a long. I'm not quite sure why I'm not in it, but anyway. So 5-minute reversal that was there. Oh, they're selling into it again. There's not many buyers in the market at the minute. We're well within ADR today, so there's loads of room out of the opening ranges at the minute. Just obviously there doesn't seem to be an awful lot of continuation strength in either direction. So there's plenty of room up and down, but there doesn't seem to be any sustained buying or selling at the minute. A bit of a nasty session at the moment. So yeah, Aussie US H1 extension this morning, and there's your reversal alert. We've got Euro Swiss still extended. That one you missed as well, so that one's already playing it out. I got out of the short from Monday. There's my short from Monday. Exited that today. Still plenty of downside on this as well. So up into there, then down into there. So if you are long this one on the extension, just be aware that we might be headed down. Possibility of some decent Swiss franc strength coming through at some point soon. Euro US dollar still extended to the downside. I'm in a long on that one at the moment. Nice extension. M5 reversal alert was there. Retest. There's your pattern up into there. Pound US dollar. Again, another long. So same thing. It's like pound US dollar, euro US dollar, very similar. 4-hour extension. Hourly extension. Nice support here. We've got this propulsion gap, which I would class as completed because that tested all the way through that. Really, it missed it by literally a pip there. It's filled. This one, however, we didn't actually, if you look at the high of the propulsion gap there, we didn't actually test this at all. So we pushed out of this accumulation, broke that high just, and we came back down to it multiple times, but we didn't actually touch it. So this is a little bit potentially of an orphaned area at the moment to come and test, but we've got this one up here. So hopefully what we're going to do is drive up to that one and or that one and then cut back down to there. If not, up to there, down to there, then possibly up to there, you know, similar sort of stuff. We're pretty range bound, aren't we? So, but I'm in long on that at the moment. New Zealand dollar yen still extended hourly. Long 5-minute reversal alert. Beautiful. All these were textbook today. ADR hit, W, just lovely. Buying again. Make your mind up, Nasdaq. New Zealand dollar, US dollar, that was extended on the hourly. We still are very nicely extended, actually. So that's a really good target to the upside. Market structure on this is currently long. So this would be your lower high. So low, high, higher low, higher high, higher high, higher low, higher high, high high. Pushing up into there. Still got propulsion targets at the upside, but obviously you'd be looking for a break of that high. This is going to need a weak US dollar to do this, though. And we're getting nothing but positive news coming out on the US. However, the US didn't bat an eyelid at that yesterday. And it doesn't look like it's batting much of an eyelid at the positive PMI figures either. So who knows? Fundamentals are definitely on side for it. New Zealand dollar, US dollar, it's a sell. Yeah, so fundamentals are on side for a short. COT is positioned short. Retail is long, meaning it should be coming down, or it has been coming down. So difficult one. Don't quite know why we've got so much of an up channel happening in this one, but they're all buying this. So I'd imagine what they'll do is they'll keep coming down. As long as retail is long this, we should be shorting it. But I'm in one there, and I'll get in again back down here or down here, wherever I need to. But like it long at the moment based on the RSI extension. Going up again. Up, down, up, down, up, down. And obviously I'm in this one already. So this was an H1 RSI extension. Beautiful propulsion gap. Bill. We have got this ADR to worry about, but they're coming back down here first. Possibly all the way down here. I'd be very surprised if we get that today. I mean, I might do, but I'd be very surprised. All going the right way. Okay, so that held that propulsion gap. Not very clean, is it, today? But there's nowhere to go down there, so I would assume we're up there today. Let's catch up on the chat. Callum, what makes a great deal of sense? Oh, that makes a great deal of sense. Not had anyone explain the institutional banking trading system methods in deeper detail. Go and watch the bootcamp, Callum, on the website. Or on YouTube. It's all on YouTube, but obviously wherever you want to watch it, it's up to you. That introduction and market movement basically doesn't explain everything about how the banks work, but it explains the basics of what we need to know, which is we don't know anything. So there's only two constants in trading. Market goes up, market goes down, market moves through time. You've got no control over any of them, and you've got no way of predicting any of them. We obviously can predict time because it happens, but you can't predict the up, you can't predict the down, you can't predict the distance. So stop doing that, and you'll suddenly start making a load of wedge. It's really simple. When it's going well, it's really simple. When it's going badly, it's not. Okay, pound CAD's coming down again. So I'm not sure we're going to go anywhere on that one today. Oh my God, look at that. So the highs are getting rejected. This thing doesn't know where it's going today. That's a big old sell signal there, but I wouldn't really read too much into that. I'm not hearing massive amounts of anything at the moment, so could go either way today. Gold, please, Gordy. Right, well, all the news is out of the way. So, what have we got next week? Unemployment next week, and GDP, and not a lot else. So, quite light on the old US dollar news next week. So, at the moment, obviously, we're up very high. Thanks for the follow. Intraday at Nifty. Nifty 50. Sounds like a bingo caller. So we've broken out the highs on the... This is all to do with the SVB issue and slight weakness in the US dollar at the same time. So that's why we've got this big push up. Obviously, gold is a safe haven. So when the banks are wobbling, gold goes pop. US dollar at the moment is weak. Weak to neutral, it seems. It should be a little bit stronger. But I'd be looking for shorts on it. We got huge propulsion gap targets. That one, a little bit left in that one. All to the downside here. So it's exactly the same, yeah. That move down that we created, that We've just created it in the reverse. But we're going to need a strong US dollar. So I don't really know at the moment. There's no extensions on RSI. There was a sell yesterday from there. There was a sell from there on Tuesday. So if you position trade it, you're in short. You may have been out there, depending how you're scaling into your positions. Other than that, I don't know. Afternoon, Leo. Nice haircut. I haven't had a haircut. This is part of the problem. This is why I got likened to Paul Weller and the Oasis boys, Liam Gallagher and that this morning, because I haven't had a haircut. I need a haircut. When I get my haircut, basically when I start to look like a mushroom, and when these get like that, when they go out to the sides, I know it's time to do something about it. Gold's, oil is pulling back. I respect Lee for not painting as my dad does. How do you know I don't paint? I might paint. No, I don't paint. Tomorrow USA car market cab suru hotahai. How? Sorry, I don't understand that. Sorry. You're going to have to translate that into English. Could I back test going long on gold when it hits the 50 RSI, then short at 73? Not in one test, no. Were you expecting me to have really long hair, Neo, and you think I've cut my hair really short? I know what's happened. You were here this morning, weren't you, Neo? What's happened is I've moved the camera from down there to up there. So what's actually happened is you're seeing my hair from a different angle. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I mean, don't paint my hair. I don't paint my hair. No, I like it grey. The ladies like a bit of grey. Apparently. So the only way, Miami Dave, you can backtest going long on one RSI and short on RSI is to use two different tests. So what you would do is you would set up the RSI filter in here. So what you would do is on your RSI filter, so what do you want to do? 50. Long at 50. So if you want to go long at 50, you would set the RSI low to 50. Yeah. And you would set the trading direction to long signals. So what that would do is it ignores RSI high. Yeah, ignore the RSI high, and it would only go long. Yeah, and then you would run your second simulation, setting your shorts at 73. So whichever RSI you're using, you see set that one to 73. So that's how you'd set it up. Whether you're using that time frame or you're using higher time frame, it's up to you. So you might be, what you would probably do is if you're probably using a higher time frame, I guess, but do that on the 1 hour and then take 5-minute entries, for example. And then you would go one running simulation long, one running simulation short, and it would only take the whatever you want. Then all you do is you export both of those results into a spreadsheet. Yeah. And then you would filter it by time, and it would show you what would have happened if you'd have taken those trades in time. But you can't do it on one. I'm getting so many new adverts. Oh, there goes the Lambo. There's the Lambo. Everybody, this is how you trade. You follow this guy with this big beard, this big ginger beard, and he will get you a Lambo. He'll allow you to play chess. Who is this guy? A lot of selling coming in. How to build your... Oh, it's an internet business. All right. We'll let him off. He's not selling a training course for Forex. We'll let him off. Can I ask your opinion on why fear and greed index is back to fear again? Still because of the banks. Yeah, Deutsche Bank. I haven't seen the fear and greed index. If you took any longs down here and you're not out, I would be out or be reducing your risk to almost getting out. We haven't invalidated that low yet, and we haven't broken that high. So this is your 15-minute high since the news. Okay, so since the news, literally, we haven't gone anywhere. So there's been no directional bias whatsoever. So you haven't had anything but a short breakout. We're not going anywhere. So very, very tricky conditions. He is here and he's not going anywhere. So be a bit careful today. We may well just get complete wicking. Come on, oil. Oil's back to my entry. So yeah, fear and greed index. So we were at 40 this morning, or last fear and greed index, basically. We were at 28 when Credit Suisse was happening. We're fluctuating between here. So we're up here, basically ready to go back into happy land. And all of a sudden, then Deutsche Bank said, actually, we might have a problem with our defaults. So we're now back down here again. And hence, obviously, the yen moves this morning. Everybody piled their money into the yen, back into the safe havens. But it's coming back out again, isn't it? So I'm not sure how. I don't think this Deutsche Bank is actually a problem. This was a knee-jerk reaction. The banks are always going to go, we better be on the safe side, boys. Always. This is why we get A-shaped and V-shaped recovery moves. There aren't any actually on this chart at the moment, but that's why they appear. Yeah. So whenever we get, there you go, a V-shaped recovery like this, it's because there's panic. Let's have a think. Oh, okay, it's not a problem. So if you look at something like the euro yen, this didn't happen, but that is your run for the hills. This is your, it's not as bad as we thought move. Yeah. So a couple of days of uncertainty. Okay. So you can almost see this, can't you, playing out on the fear and greed. Fear and greed drops down below 20. Pile into the yen. The market piles into the yen. We sit there for a couple of days. The fear and greed index goes up a little bit, and we're going to fear, not into extreme fear. And then we get, all right, okay, we'll make some new highs. Yeah. Oh my God, something else has gone wrong. And that's exactly how it works. The market is tetchy, as you like, at the moment. It's worried about everything at the moment. So the slightest little sneeze from a bank, they're out. They don't want to be in the stock market anymore. Hence what happened to the DAX this morning. Yeah. Boom. Get out. Put your money in the safe haven. So it all comes out of the stock market, piles into the yen. And then it comes out of the yen, piles back into the stock market. Flip-flop, flip-flop. Is Satan's flip-flop in here? I'm talking about you. Flip-flop. Nice flag break on EG, catching 30 pips. Well done, Chris. Were you trading 5-minute charts? Is that the flag? If so, if you'd have paid attention to the propulsion gaps, you would have got a better entry. Satan's flip-flop is here. It's worrying when you start seeing cruise adverts appearing on your YouTube feed. They know how old you are. I'm not ready for a cruise just yet. Okay, buyers are stepping back in. This is an absolute chop fest today. So this is kind of what I was expecting, but after the news came out, I was kind of expecting a break, but we're not getting it. So I wouldn't want to trade this today. This is absolutely, today would have been the absolute perfect day to demonstrate value area high and value area low operations within the futures market on Jigsaw. Textbook. This is the day where everybody kills it. Value area high, low purchases. So when you look at your market profile, Yeah, so when you're looking at your market profile, what you'll be looking at is this. Yeah, literally all you do every time it gets there is you sell it. Every time it gets there, you buy it, and you put your stop outside of low of day and high of day, and you just milk it 5 or 6 times, and you walk away and go and do something else. Beautiful. And you'll see in Jigsaw, when we do some future sessions, you will see a whacking great bar there and a whacking great bar there of orders. You'll be able to see all the orders sitting in the market, all the limit orders triggering, and they're basically just selling the value area high and buying the value area low. And that's what I was talking about here, down this absorption down here. You watch the orders, you watch as it hits that order bar, you watch them absorb every order, the icebergs, and they just go, nope, boom. And then everybody that's tried to short into the area pukes, and we go back up and we repeat. Textbook. It's a shame I couldn't get up and running today. We will do that next week. I'll have to play around and find my logins, which I still haven't got yet. When are you going to release the support and risk resistance EA? When I get a chance to work on it, Tokyo. I haven't had a chance to work on it yet. It's there. So I've got really itchy nose today. I don't know why. Hopefully it's not cold coming. So it's working, but it's not working. The orders, it's drawing as I want it to draw. I've got to work on the logic. I've got to test the strategy yet, but I know the strategy works because I trade it all the time. So strategy is not a problem. It's getting it working. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. There's another one. Yeah, forget the logic. The logic's all over the place at the moment. But it will work. And it won't look like that. Don't worry, it won't look like that. That's a mess. But I haven't had time yet to work on it. It won't take me long. Retesting higher day. Higher globe. Higher the New York session. So we'll see if John Wick enters the building here. If not, we should get that breakout to the high. So there's a potential breakout trade here. Breaking out of that high. Stop. Reasonable distance. Just give yourself whatever that distance is, less than it. Nice risk reward opportunity. If this candle sits around like this, however, you're building a massive propulsion gap here, which they will possibly come back in and test before they go. There they go. And my platform just froze just as they did that. Gutted. Never mind. Have you had any experience with Greg Secker in your trading career? Lax, is that a joke? Is that a joke? No. No. Is it your first time in here? If it is, no. Greg Secker is one of the running jokes in here. So I can't comment on how good. My nose is itchy because I'm on camera. No, I don't think it's anything to do with that. My nose is quite often itchy, to be fair. There we go. We're running the highs. You're laughing, Lax, but I don't know whether you're serious or not. You are joking, okay. I get pure cremation on my YouTube. Steve, I get pure cremation on my YouTube. What? Pure cremation? That's not good. You must be getting really old. You're past the cruise liner stage. They're after you. I'm just checking there's not a bloke wearing a black cape behind me with a whacking great sickle. Actually, I've got pretty much every person on the back there. Look. I don't know if you can see it. Probably can't see it. No, you can't see it at all, can you? Don't worry about it. But it's basically, I've got a poster, well, a canvas behind me, which has got literally every movie character from every sci-fi ever up there, except the death guy from Bill and Ted. And I was scanning for him, and I was like, so disappointing, because he's one of the iconic characters of my childhood, the Bill and Ted death. There you go. So that's a value area low, value area high sell happening. Selling the highs again. Back down to the lows. And at some point, we will contract to a point where we pop. One of these guys in a minute will just dump 100,000 contracts in the market and we'll go at some point. But until then, you got 50-50 shot. Greg Secker. I've got no more analysis to do this afternoon. So pretty much done it all. The RSIs are either playing out, have played out, or are in slight drawdown waiting to play out. But if there's any other pairs, look at that. My break-even line, my entry, how's that for a resistance? Price came up and went, whoa, Lee's in there. Out. Get out. Don't let him take any profit. Cheeky gets. He's awful. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow, FitFacts. Welcome aboard. FitFacts. I need some of those. I'm off to a spin class at 5. Slimbering up. He's awful. I was doing coaching, and some of his traders I was doing coaching for some of his traders a few years ago. You were doing coaching for his traders. The guy is rubbish at trading. He's just a salesman. I'm pretty sure he is, yeah. Most educators are salesmen, aren't they? I don't know. I can't comment. I haven't done any of his educational material at all. I have seen his adverts. I have attended his seminars. His seminars have tried to sell me stuff. And I've heard from people who have done his stuff that they couldn't afford to progress because the amount of money the course cost, and then the software cost, and then going into his brokerage cost, and then there was ongoing fees for software or something. It ended up being $5,000 or something, and it just basically ate up all their trading capital, so they couldn't trade. I don't know if that's the case now or not, but that's what I was told by someone. And how's the body shaping? Not very well. Bear in mind, I've had 6 weeks off of exercise because of my injury. I am 8 pounds higher than I want to be, and I haven't exercised, so my cardio's shot. But it's getting there. I'm back in the exercise, and I've been back for a week. Let's go oil. Oil is pushing. There's that propulsion gap. So we're retesting that propulsion gap. So what we're looking for, what I'm looking for, what I would be looking for if I was trading futures, is for us to start to show some progress, which we are, of a direction taking control. So the buyers at the moment are starting to win out. We didn't test that low. We pushed out from there. Now we're pushing down into propulsion gap. So the first propulsion gap that actually holds, there'll be, whether or not there's a lot of orders, I can't see because I'm not using Jigsaw, but if there's a load of orders sitting here and they are absorbing all the sellers, that high will break and we will flush out the high with a rate of knots because everybody playing the opposite direction will puke their orders at this high, adding to the fire, which will drive it out the top. But at the minute, so market structure at the moment is potentially bullish. It's been looking bullish all the way through, but until we got to this massive bearish block here, just a mess today. Signals, mixed signals, very difficult to trade. So how were you trading his traders? Was that a coaching them for something else or trading? I know Greg makes a lot of money out of courses because I know his trading business turns over £11 million. So he makes an awful lot of money out of teaching people to trade. Check out his negative reviews on Trustpilot. Plenty of people saying they pay like 3K for his course and then get upsold another 10K course to learn all the secrets. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I just said. Yeah. Jonathan, I've never Trustpiloted it at all. Why are you not typing? 4.3? Naught. Thieves. They steal from the innocent. They steal from the innocent customer who wants to make a good financial life and enrich themselves in a luxury and live a luxury lifestyle. I refuse to let them. I filed a report to Exosystems LLC. What? IO for intervention? Whatever that means. My funds were pulled out from their systems and every cent was delivered. What that means. All they do is deceive and subsequently charge you under false pretenses, portraying themselves as legitimate while actually being actors of scam. I have to say, some of these reviews, when you read them, the English isn't very good, is it? You have to think, do you actually understand what you bought sometimes? I'm only saying that because I've obviously got indicators and I quite often get reviews. And when I try and talk to these people, they haven't got a clue what they bought. And it's like they were just expecting to press buttons and make millions of pounds. So please stop with these awful adverts. I'm with you on that one, James. Dishonest and terrible company. Upsell, upsell, upsell. I know. I can improve. It can improve, but not bombarding me with adverts. I also paid the so-called Trader University 1500 for the trading course in 2007 and got no help at all. The course was delivered by Greg Secker and did not deliver what I paid for. Stop sending me these adverts. This is more people complaining about getting advertised to, really, isn't it? Let's face it. Best investment I made. I love smart charts. See, this is their software. So you buy the course for whatever the course costs. Then you have to buy smart charts or a subscription to smart charts, which is the software which has integrated indicators which deliver the strategies that are taught in the course, which are basically, as far as I can see, moving average and pullback and candlestick pattern strategies, and the London Open breakout strategy, which everybody knows doesn't work. Well, not everybody, people obviously don't know it, but if you know it, it doesn't. Yeah, it's interesting. Good old Greg. I visited the website and watched the webinar. This is a genuine experience, which I can prove. There's only one person making money when it comes to this, and it's the master of course upselling himself, Mr. Greg Secker. He's been in it for decades. I don't know. The thing with courses is, and we're selling back into this again. I don't think it's much. I'm just going to turn the crickets down. I don't think there's much point in attempting anything on this today. The only trade I can see having any chance this afternoon is a break of that level, and then hold it for a 1-to-1. Try and get that. It's just not going anywhere. With courses, yeah, you pay for what you get. So I'm very much a believer in, as you know, if you've been to my website, I explain everything in the most intricate detail. Every video I do on every indicator I've ever made or every EA I've ever created is hours long, going into it in intricate detail. So everybody knows exactly what the strategy is, exactly what this does, and what it's going to do for you. I never sell a dream. And every course I've ever bought, I've only ever bought a course where I've seen a full schedule of every lesson. So I can go, I know that, I know that, I know that. Never heard of that. That's interesting. Watch a couple of YouTube videos. Oh, I see what that is. Right. I know that now. Unless I can do a course now where I can go through and go, there's no benefit for me learning something, I run a mile. And I think that's the way you need to take it on board. So the people that are giving 5-star reviews to learn to trade are probably the complete beginner trades. He's going to teach you candlestick patterns. He's going to teach you moving average. He's going to explain how the market works. He's going to explain market cycles, that sort of stuff, I would imagine. I don't know. I have not been through it. But if he's giving you all the basics and it's charging you $1,500 for it, you get what you paid for. What people don't know is that you can get all that from babypits.com for free, or from watching YouTube videos for free. So you're buying something from a guy that shows you a Rolls Royce, loads of expensive watches, beautiful properties, a helicopter and a jet. What he's never said is that he got all of that from trading. I don't think. His education course is paid for that. So, you know, if you like that type of advert and get sucked into it, fine. But he does deliver a course, which is nothing wrong with that, is there? It's just the whole thing about the Lamborghini lifestyle. It's like, unless he's ever said, I bought this Lamborghini because I did these 5 trades and I'm going to trade in front of you live now and make £50,000. He doesn't do that, does he? That's the thing. That's what gets me about all those adverts. You can see where the money comes from. You know, there's plenty of people selling £2,000 courses. None of them trade live. They just don't do it. So I don't know. Oh, this market is up and down, proper up and down today. All over the place. Oh, don't want to do that. I was invited to coach newbies. Relax. Blimey. Oil can't break through because of RSI scalper. One. What? Oil can't break through because of RSI scalper? What's that mean? Are you instigating, or in what's the word? Are you saying that there is an EA in the marketplace that sells oil, that sells at RSI levels, which is holding price down? If so, retail will put somewhere in the region of 100,000 contracts short into that. The banks are putting somewhere in the region of 1.5 million contracts in one order long. So retail are not holding that down. There is no EA on the marketplace that can hold price anywhere. The banks, the $7 trillion a day goes through this. 50 quid of it's from retail. It's nothing to do with an EA, if that's what you're saying. No, it's not. I meant the name of his course. I was telling you to learn to trade. Learn to trade. I know. Yeah, I know his course. Trading strategy automation. How do I submit my idea? On the website, submit option is not responding. What's it saying? Blah, 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 blah.com. This is my strategy. I want it for MT4. I'm not a robot. Submit. Nothing wrong with the form. I suggest it may be the operator of the form. Just check you've filled all the fields in. Blah, 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 at blah.com. And make sure if you are going to put a file, right, the file is a JPEG, a GIF, a PNG, a JPEG, a PDF, a doc, or a docx. If it's not one of those file formats, that might be your problem. There's nothing wrong with the form. I would have just received an email from skidivyourgarages.com. It works. If not, write it all down in a Word document. Make sure you've included all this information and DM it to me in Telegram if you can't get the form to work for some reason. But I've just done it and it's working, so I don't know. Okay, so we're making another new high potentially here. We'll see if the buyers can drag it back up. If so, we are looking even more like a bullish breakout, but can't be bothered. Let's see what spin. Let's see that spin class video. It might have music in it though that I'm not allowed to play. So this is one of the classes I do. This is one of the classes I do actually. This is really cool. This is brilliant. I don't sit like this woman. I actually work. There you go. Oh, this is New York. This is awful, this one. But I'm a bit of a I'm a spin instructor. Well, I'm a qualified spin instructor. I don't actually instruct, but I've done my qualification. Oh my God. But yeah, that's me. That's what I do. I want to watch this film as well. Not too bad. Anyway, you can get really sucked into it. But that's what I do, spinning. Hi guys, which is better of these prop firms if there's anyone funded in this chat? Which is better of these prop firms? Alphabet, I'll have a look in a sec. Thanks for the follow, Matthew. Can you Euro Yen 15-minute chart time frame looks good to sell? Euro Yen. I'm a bit behind on the chat. That's a buy. You can sell it if you want to. I mean, you're basically selling out of a propulsion gap fill. So yeah, it could do. Either way, you know, you just had a reversal alert though. So obviously the bulls are fully in charge at the minute. But I'm looking at it more of a support bounce long back up into that at some point, holding that low. Made it back afternoon. Now I'm on top. Yeah, Seymour, you've moved up on top of my monitor from below my monitor now. New here in the channel, like and subscribe. Cool. Listen to this guy. He says the truth. Only hedge and never close a losing trade is the key. Trade. Dana, I don't know what you're talking about. Listen to this guy. He says the truth. Only hedge and never close a losing trade. I don't hedge. It's not me. You must be in a different channel. Nicole Elliott. She talks a lot of sense. Make a good school teacher. Like a good school teacher. I've not heard of her either. So I'm just trying to catch up on the chat. Insinuating, yeah. Pinnacle Institute is another one. S&D Focus. Sam Seiden offers a 1-hour free course. Then the upside comes for 6K. You get access to the top market traders, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. There's a lot of them doing the upsells now. Afternoon, Andres. John's waiting for you in telly, by the way. Yep, we've got another one. That's a good. I like him. Mr. Week. Gold. I like that one. That's a good one. Oh, that's not actually, I need to move it up tonight. Oh, he doesn't fit. He doesn't fit. Just about. There we go. Gold. Mr. Wick. He's got moles. Look. What's happened here? John needs a facial, didn't he? John needs a facial. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow, whoever that was. My goodness me. Ilum Nuri Yolida Kalban. Thanks for the follow. We're stuck on the NASDAQ still. Miami Dave, agree about Nicole Elliott. She has, or at least used to have, a column in Investors Chronicle here in the UK. School teacher metaphor, very appropriate too. Nicole Elliott. Need to look her up. Brand Rising, what's that mean? FTMO. FTNY? Chat's getting very confusing. Nicole Elliott. She works for UK spread betting. Is that her? I have to say, there are better. There are better lady traders. Hi, Sarah. Sorry. I like Definitive, My Forex Funds, FTMO. They are good. Also looking into a funded trader and funded next. If you want a funded account, if you're trading CFDs, My Forex Funds or EA, you just will not get better from a price and rule based. If you're looking at it like I do, right? With prop funds, the two important things for me are one, price. Yeah, a bit like a Cub Scout, don't I? Dip, 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 dip. Price, and two, time. Those are the only things I'm interested in when I'm trying to get funded accounts with prop. It can't be expensive to get the evaluation, and I do not want to do an evaluation for 10 to 20 days plus. Yeah, so My Forex Funds, cheapest on the market. Won't beat them on price. They are the cheapest on the market. Time, 5 days per evaluation step. So you will be funded in 10 days plus. Yeah. E8, slightly more expensive. You're going to be paying somewhere between $30 to $50 more for an evaluation with them than you will with them. However, minimum time to pass, 1 day. So if I need to get funded today as an emergency because I've blown a couple of my Forex Funds accounts, I can do. There is no one out there with better rules or better price or better evaluation time periods than these guys. They both have tier 1 liquidity, ECN connections. Spreads are nothing. Execution time is less than a millisecond. You just can't beat them. There's no one out there that can beat these guys. So if you're looking for prop firms for CFDs, it's these guys. Take Profit Trader is your best prop firm, in my opinion, for futures. However, these guys are possibly just about to knock them off the top, and I'm going to start trading with them and see what everything's like. But if these guys have what I think they've got, which is the bit that's been missing out of all the futures firms, and that as well, these guys may well take the biscuit for futures. So buying again at the lows. So we're wedging. Still the same play, just can't get anywhere. Do I maintain any diet? I eat. If one. I eat. Yeah, I do eat stuff. I eat. Like the webcam thing, Lee. Unconvinced by the devil horns, though. Where's my chair? I can. There you go. I'm no longer the devil. I'm not a bull anymore. That means the bears are going to win out, right? What you've just done there, David, is you've made the NASDAQ collapse today. You watch. That bull run that we're just about to experience back up to that high, you just ruined that. It's going to come down now. There are no bulls here. You heard it here first. Nicolette Elliott, ex-RAF traffic controller. And now she's teaching economics and stuff. Good. Nothing wrong with changing career. I did it. How does Funded Trading Plus stack up? Funded Trading Plus, isn't that the Castle one? No, these guys use 8-cap. Can't use it. Can't trade on 8-cap. It's the worst. I have to say, 15 years in this industry, it's the worst broker I've ever traded with, ever. And the only reason all these prop firms are using 8-cap is because 8-cap provide the software for you to start your own prop firm. Yeah. If you go to 8-cap broker, good one. Didn't do a link. Look at this, right? I've just put in 8-cap prop. Surge Trader, use 8-cap. XL Trade, 8-cap. FTP London, 8-cap. 8-cap Partners, prop trading company, 8-cap, yeah. This is why you're finding so many prop firms out there. Use your capital to earn more. Get in contact to start your prop firm. Yeah. All 8-cap have done very cleverly is they are a broker, not a good one. They're thinking, hang on a minute, 85% of our clients blow 85% of their accounts within 85 days. How can we replace our clients? I know, let's white label a prop platform and get everybody to start their own prop firms, and every trade that goes through the prop firms gets executed through us. Instant replacement of all of your losing customers. Ta-da! So they're terrible. You can't use them. You can use them, do what you like, but I couldn't actually get a trade on. Market execution, anything up to 5 seconds. You try taking a scalp, right? Hitting the, right, a pending order there. All right, as soon as price hits the pending order, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Execution. If that's moved up there by the time execution happens and my stop's down there, my risk is twice as much as it should have been. It's awful. Just try it. Go and sign up with it. You'll find out. They may have changed. If they have, I'll take it all back. But yeah, it's terrible. Look at Fintiv also. No time limit. And it's not a lot of days. They are new. There's no point, is there, Tony? My Forex also, yeah. I mean, what you're saying to me is look at all these other companies who, you know, look at all these other companies who are identical to these guys. Why? I use these guys. Unless you are going to give me something that is going to make, if you cannot beat these guys, there's no point. Yeah, the only reason I would move away from Take Profit Trader for futures is if someone comes along with a better offering. These guys look like they're coming along with a better offering. These guys will now be the guys that take over. What happens is, this is what happens in prop. E8 have just done it, look. They released, I got an email today. E8 have just changed their E8 account. That 8% profit target, 8% initial maximum drawdown, we now have the E8 extended. Max trade drawdown is now 10% with 5 days. What's this? My Forex funds. Yeah? It's the only way you ever get to be the one that everybody puts their money with is if you can offer something better than everyone else. FTMO, absolute crap. They're nowhere near as good as the others from a everything point of view. They're just, they're just not as good. It's whoever's got the best marketing at the end of the day. EA came out of nowhere and sideswiped the market, and everyone went, whoa, what do you mean one day I can pass and get funded in a day? And then everyone realized, right, you're basically teaching us to gamble. And then everyone went, I need to slow it down, reduce risk. That's what I do. Weekly withdrawals, yeah, weekly withdrawals are good. I don't need to withdraw every week though. I'm happy withdrawing every fortnight. That's not a problem. Anything longer than that, I'm like, you don't take trading gold. What's your prediction on gold? I don't know. I've done it already. Watch the replay. What does the arrow confirmation on the reversal alerts mean? So that is a retest. So buying again. So basically when the reversal alert happens and we get that structure break to the downside, if price comes back up into this zone, actually not that zone, into this zone, anywhere in here, and then pushes back down below the initial reversal level, you get a retest arrow. This isn't a great example because this literally was that candle there. But the idea behind the retest arrow is it will draw in a M pattern reversal. Yeah. So the retest becomes the second shoulder of the M pattern. So it's a retest. See if we can find a better one. That's a terrible one. That didn't retest. That's not great. That's not great. These aren't particularly pretty. That's better. Yeah, so you get the initial reversal alert, retest. Yeah, so basically what we're saying is we've got a break of structure. Brilliant. Prove it. Okay, go. Yeah, so it's basically a confirmation of the initial structure break. But you will find, as I showed a minute ago with one of those, a lot of the times you won't get a retest. So you'll literally get the break of structure, and it'll go. There you go. So like that one, yeah. So we get the reversal alert, and it just goes. So you never get the retest. So if you take retests, you'll miss a lot of initial reversal alerts, which just fly. Like this. I mean, this was a terrible. This is more of an accumulation, but that one didn't test either. Just goes. Keeping my BDI on you, oil. You're not going anywhere. Why do I start making stupid trades once I reach a certain amount of equity, Peter? Because you're greedy. Because you're not on autopilot. You are walking on water. Yeah. It's very common. You're here. Yeah. So you've obviously got the eureka moment because you're doing well. Yeah. You get to this point and you go, everything I touch turns to gold. And then you've slipped back to unconscious incompetence, or conscious rather incompetence, whereas you know you're doing it wrong. That's exactly what you just said, Peter. Why do I start making stupid trades? You are consciously incompetent. You know you're making stupid trades. That's good because it means you've been here, you step back there, Now you're going to step back up to the, I know what I'm doing and I know what now not to do. So next time I get to that level, I'm going to skip it and go onto autopilot and just take the trades I know I should be taking. Yeah. And then you'll be able to earn your lovely car. This is perfect, isn't it? This is like Greg Secker. You know nothing about trading. Yeah, you haven't got a clue what you're doing, right? But traders drive this. Oh, really? $1,500? And I'll learn how to do that? Yeah, you too can wear yellow shorts outside a large mansion sitting on someone else's car, and then you can run away as they go, "Oi, what are you doing?" Yeah. Did you get the photo, love? Yeah, I did. Brilliant. That's what happens. That's the serious bit. God, look at this. Terrible. Right, this is so this is basically 1.5 hours in. It's dead market. Do something else this afternoon. Nothing's getting banked. Nothing's moving. So it's pretty much a write-off. So I would jack it in today. If you're trading prop as well, Peter, you've got to use a stop loss, obviously, and that will be part of your problem. If you stop using a stop loss, you will stop getting stopped out. If you stop getting stopped out, you start making money. Unfortunately, it's very hard to do in prop. Put the horns back. I'm long. Sorry. Diablo as well. Look. My chair is called a Diablo. I had to buy it. There we go. See, this is. I told you this was done. Told you. Right, you watch. Now that's on. That's going up. Don't use true Forex funds either. Commissions are huge. True Forex funds. Oh yes, these guys. So yeah, these are futures. No, they're not. Sorry, they're off Forex, aren't they? We were looking at these as a possible contender for some reason, and I can't remember why. I know. Was it price? Yeah, they're the same price as my Forex funds, basically. 299 for a 50k. But I can't remember why we were looking at them. But anyway, just use my Forex funds. They're just good. Right, so we look like we're oil's coming down again. We look like we're testing these lows again. So we may well get a buy up out the lows. Oh, hello. No, we're not. We're cracking the lows. Trying the lows. Nearly. That's interesting. Man, my vote for a 25 basis point rate hike this month was motivated in part by the fact that inflation expectations had begun to moderate. What actually happened with inflation was it went up. Inflation on the UK side went up 0.3. That's not good. So I see way more rates coming on the UK over time. German's getting sneaky. Why is he getting sneaky? Oh my God, my chat just completely... I'm really struggling here with chat because this window up here is too small. I'm way behind on the chat. I think we're all starting the bull move. You heard it first, yeah. So when a doji appears, is John confused? Pretty much. What? That's confused, John. This is John this afternoon trying to trade every breakout. Every breakout on the NASDAQ. So, if you are running the opening range breakout today, EA, you went short here. You didn't get stopped out because we never broke that high. And you are now in profit. 1.5 hours later. Well done. If I was you, I would close it at break even right now and run for the hills. FTMO are kind of scammy. None of them are. None of the prop firms really, I don't think, David, are scammy. They are just hard to pass. They're totally upfront with their rules. It's just very difficult to pass. Do you also know good confirmations to stop the reversal alert from being a fake out? No. Well, it's all covered in the course, Kenny. It's all covered on all the videos, actually. Strategies to use with the reversal alerts indicator. There's loads of them. But basically, either use RSI extensions or support and resistance areas. And only trade at support and resistance or propulsion gaps or RSI extensions or anything you like. Basically, the reverse alerts indicator is a confirmation indicator. It's a signal indicator, rather. Yeah. So this signals a breaking structure. Whether that breaking structure holds or not, no idea. All it's doing is it's telling you the bulls have taken control. The bears have taken control. Do you want to get into a short? This is not a trading strategy. This is an indicator that signals a condition in the market unfolding. Yeah. So whether or not it's going to be a working trade or not is entirely up to you. I only enter reversal alerts when a condition is met. And the main mean reversion condition that is met is an RSI extension. Yeah. So there's a long there. Because RSI is extended, I'm expecting the market to push back up. So I take a reversal alert when the market starts to do that move. There's no way of stopping a fake out. If I knew that, I wouldn't be sitting here, would I? I would be sitting on Greg Secker's yacht with him sipping champagne. I'm not sitting on Greg Secker's yacht. I'm sitting here with a load of bullhorns on my head. DBD, I don't know which instrument I was looking at the point. You're talking about the NASDAQ, 127.10 and 126.09. Yeah, so I mean, at the moment, what you're saying is, should I stay in this range? Yeah, it will work or it won't. I don't know. You use a stop loss if you're scalping this, whichever you do. So yeah, right now, hit the buy button, stop under that low. If this support isn't going to hold, that it's just tapped off to the pip, you will lose. If it does hold, you want to watch this area, maybe break even your trade and get out up there. It's just holding zones at the moment, isn't it? Oh, DAX. DAX? What's DAX done? Oh, not a lot. Here come the bulls, straight off of that support. Yeah. So this is the area I was looking at here. This is where the limit orders are triggering. What you're seeing is limit order triggers. So the market places orders at these levels and they auto trigger and off we go. If you are watching Jigsaw and futures, you would it's not that Jigsaw. If you were watching Jigsaw, you would see the orders in the market. There you go. If you were watching Jigsaw, oh, I can't see that. Ding, 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 ding. There you go. See if we can make it bigger. Oh, God. Anyway, if you're watching, if we were using Jigsaw, you would see something like that. Yeah. which is, that is basically a limit order block. Yeah. And what that is this low. So you'd see a limit order block here. Yeah. And you would basically buy that, stop under the low. If it fails, you puke. If it doesn't, you ride it back up to the next limit order block up there, which you would see as this one here. So this is why Jigsaw is so good. I'll show you Jigsaw when I get my logins for the new account. We'll do some futures. I haven't done it for ages. I'm keen to try out that new company because I like the idea of not having a trailing loss limit. Lunchtime incoming, yeah, it's going to slow down as well, which is even worse. What I'd like as well is someone that does stocks on prop. At the moment, my afternoon trading is a small selection of US stocks using options. I don't do options or stocks. Sorry, CACV, I can't help you there. Why not just trade the indices on futures? Pound CAD moving back up, is it? Oh, God. Yeah. Going to stop out on this potentially. This is where all the liquidity is. I'm not actually sure we're going to go anywhere today, to be honest. I think we're probably just going to sit in a holding pattern. Market's so weak at the minute. Not good. John Sidwick. Yes, it certainly is. Well, we got that break, look. You never know. They might flush the lows. If they do, we're off to 125.56. I wish I could see your face when you re-watch your first episode, showing your face looking like a Lucifer with Diablo horns behind your head. I don't want to watch my face. It's like listening to your voice. You don't sound like you sound to yourself, and I don't look like I look to myself. Although I look in the mirror and I know exactly what I look like, but anyway. First time here, Moon. Cool, welcome to the stream. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We've only got 89 likes. We've still got 123 people in here. I will talk about trading at some point if anything moves. It looks like we're going to break out the lows. So if you do want a quick short, flush down to there. Not sure where you'd put your stop there, to be honest, but we may flush that low. I can hear selling coming in. Can't hear any buying coming in. But there's no volume, is there? I mean, it's just, you're really, really risking it if you're trying to trade this because it's just too wicky. In trade, break even. Yeah, I would probably stay break even, to be honest. Trading technologies also a good ladder for futures. Trading technologies. There's lots. That's not a ladder though. I don't trade. I do trade ladder. Oh my God, what have I done to my Zoom? Oh yeah, this one. Yeah. They don't provide heat mapping though, do they? Or order book visualization. There's only two pieces of software, Bookmap and Jigsaw, that offer a view of the market that you can see unfolding over time, plotted over time. So Jigsaw is the one that I use. But oh my God, software. There come the buyers again. They bought the lows. Lucid charts. Oh my God. So hard to find anything now. Everything's called the same thing. So it ain't cheap either, boys. I've got a coupon for this if you want it. I don't want training, platform overview. It's not very visual, their website, is it? Have I gone on the wrong page? Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. So this is the stuff, Auction Vista, as it's called. Yeah. So you can see the orders in the market. So these lines are actual orders. With the, for those who don't know, the futures market is a centralized exchange. So you can see every order placed by every institution. So you see basically order blocks, if you like, or liquidity areas where there are orders sitting. Obviously, when we get to those orders, as I said, like limit orders, yeah, you trigger those limits and market rebounds. Yeah, so we hit this support. What did market do? Rebounded. Yeah, it's hitting it again. So if they're hitting the bid with limit orders down here, this will continue to bounce. Here in Jigsaw, you will see a block of orders because they drove through this area. So now everybody will be looking for a retest of that area and they will be placing sell limit orders there. That's how it works. So, but what Jigsaw allows you to do is actually see these areas in the chart and you see absorption playing out. Okay, so when you hit these zones, yeah, you see large orders being executed. Yeah. So you trade away from those. You see large order executions happening in the market, which means there's big orders being placed, which you drive away from basically most of the time. To be able to break a low like that, you're going to need to put a lot of volume into the market because everybody's buying the lows. So to overpower those, you need large orders. Yeah. And you can see iceberg orders. So if you hit, let's say this level here, if you hit this level and bounce, and then you hit this level and bounce, and you see new orders coming in over and over and over again in the ladder. Yeah, this is what's called an iceberg order. And this is basically an institution just buying every single sell order that's entered into the market. Eventually, everybody that's entered into the market will stop entering into the market, and that iceberg order will push above them, trigger their stops, which is called puking, and then they will pop. Bang, out you go. Yeah. So you get to see all of this happening in real time. This is proper futures software. So I'm always looking for brokers, futures prop that obviously support Jigsaw because everything supports Jigsaw already because Jigsaw integrates with Rhythmic, and Rhythmic is the main software that futures market CME runs through. So coming back down on pound CAD again, look, rejecting the highs. But we will look at it at some point. I remember using Jigsaw before, yeah. So I whenever I trade futures, I always use Jigsaw. Afternoon, Steve. I've always got you 2 likes. I always give you 2 likes. Do you really? That's oh, one on your laptop and one on your mobile. That's nice. So you're skewing my figures. Hey, is that me? Hello. Me. I'm here. Me. It's really me. Looking forward to Jigsaw trading, Vink. You got a lisp. Are you talking about Delta? No. No, I'm not talking about Delta and footprints. That's Nirav. If you want Delta and footprints, go to Nirav. He'll help you out with that. Anyway, I wish I had 25,000 spare cash for futures. You don't need it. Trade prop. You don't need 25K. If you want to trade futures, you do. If you want to actually enter the futures market, but trade prop. It's only $135 if you know where the coupon codes are. Let's have it. Is Jigsaw similar to Bookmap? Yeah. Bookmap is a, I'm not going to say rip off, but Bookmap is a copy of Jigsaw. Jigsaw came first, Bookmap came second. Yeah. MA Perry and the wide range bar came first. ICT came second. Yeah, it's the same. You know, I'm not going to repeat it. Everything you see out there is something else, rebranded as something else, isn't it? So yeah, it's the same as Bookmap. It gives you the underlying view of every order lying in the market, which is obviously very useful. and couple that with something like tick strike, and you've got a view of every order and an audible here of every order execution. Very, very powerful combo. However, futures is very difficult to trade. It's a lot more difficult. There's some good courses out there on futures. In fact, if you buy Jigsaw, I've got a coupon code on my, I got it on the website. I think I've got a coupon code on here. Jigsaw. No, it's in the Telegram group. I must put that on that page. No, I've got rid of it actually. I've got a feeling it stopped working, my coupon code. I only gave you 10% off. So, but yeah, bouncing off the support again. See, these are the sorts of trades you want to execute on futures. And this is the sort of stuff that trader Tom does, Tom Hugard. Take along there, stop under there, out there. Yeah, you know, 5-minute candles, you're trading within a candle. You're in and out within a candle a lot of the time, because you're trading from here down to here. That's worth $1,000 or $500, depending on how many contracts you're trading. So you don't hang about. So you're trading by the tick, but not by the minute, by the 5-minute candle. You're trading by the tick. Very, very different way of trading. Have a look at exocharts.com. Footprint and delta. Yeah, there's footprint and delta is everywhere. Jigsaw does all of that. Jigsaw, Jigsaw, there is nothing Jigsaw doesn't do. There's volume profile. There's so much stuff. This doesn't scratch the surface, but every type of charting you could possibly ever want. Only the Forex charts help you. Yeah. Delta, time and sales, does everything. Yeah. So if you want to use charts instead of order flow and ladder and volume profile, then it does charting as well. But if you're going to do that, use NinjaTrader. It's free. Wonder if futures props actually place your orders with the CME. I know. Don't actually care, Brian, because as long as they pay you. The same as my Forex funds. My Forex funds don't fund you on your funded account until you reach month 2. There's even posts out there that have said that, because what they're looking to do is get successful traders on board. They know that 85% of traders blow their funded account within the first month and never get to pay day. So the ones they pay, they're interested in then copying their trades. Adam definitely deserves more likes. Not many genuine people trading. Very down to earth and humble approach. I know, yeah. It's probably why I don't get enough likes. People don't want to hear what it's really like. They want to hear about the Lambo. I was trading expansions before. I even heard of the whole smart money concept thing. Selling back into support again. Nothing is actually moving here. So all I'm doing is, I'm not going to bank anymore today on here. So this is just going to fluctuate up and down all day. Be really nice if we get a drop on pound CAD that gets this into profit, because I might reduce risk on it. But nothing is really moving today. There's the ADRs that we've got are the ADRs we've got. They're all playing it. Well, they're all kind of played out, and then they're sitting sideways. Euro US dollar, Euro Swiss. They're all kind of coming back now. Nothing's really going anywhere. So I think we need to wait till Monday for anything to move. So news-wise, don't forget daylight savings time shift. For those of you in here now, obviously this is the New York session. I am basically starting at 2:20 UK time. So if you're in the US, same time as whatever. But for the UK people, 2:20 UK time now. Back to normal. So I'll be on at 2:20 UK on Monday, and obviously 7:50 same time for the Frankfurt session. But there's no news to worry about, particularly pre the Monday morning session. We've got Bailey speaking in the afternoon. We've got IFO climate in the morning, so there's nothing really to look at. News-wise next week, it's a bit flat. We've got the CPIs for the Aussie, and the CPIs, they're the preliminary Germans. So GDP for the US and unemployment, and CAD GDP. So really light week next week. Nothing exciting. What's my pass rate on prop? I don't know. I've never looked at it. I would say probably 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. No, I would say probably more than that. I would say probably 3 or 4 out of 10. I haven't counted. I'll find out, Steve, and get back to you on that one. I don't know. Futures, probably 1 out of 10. But that's because I get hit by trailing drawdowns all the time, because I run when I'm trading futures, I trade futures very much the same way as I trade on CFDs. I add. So if I get a position in and it works, I will trail my stop up. I will wait for a pullback and I will add to it. And then I'll run it and I'll pull it back and I'll add to it. And then I get hit by a new spike and I come back and I get out of my trades and I blow the account because I actually got into $1,000 of profit, drew down by 1,100, and that's too much. So this is why I'm particularly keen to try trade day, because the rule that gets me every time is the daily trailing max drawdown limits. That's what gets me in prop. And this is why I stopped trading with Apex, because Apex, you've got a 6-week, well, it's about a 12-week payout actually, but you can only draw a very small amount of your profits out of Apex, which is the main futures firm I used to trade with. And because you had to trade the account as well, they got you a lot on that trailing drawdown. So if that didn't exist, I think I'd have a much better success rate with futures. That's the one thing I actually do want to know about this company, whether you can run multiple evaluations at once. Doesn't say if you can take more than one evaluation, does it? So you can't trade tier 1 data either, which is fine. I wouldn't want to. That's something I won't. I'll show you it. We'll trade through a CPI, but you do not trade futures when this news comes out. You get absolutely destroyed. Doesn't say how many accounts you can hold, does it? Because I normally do multiple evaluations. The reason I do multiple evaluations is because if I get close to my daily limit, I then switch over to the next account and I start trading that one. So if I'm having a bad run there, sometimes when you're trading, well, when you're trading in general, but when you're trading futures, you don't get it. You're out of sync. You're not in the zone. But then all of a sudden you think, I know what we're doing. By then it's a bit too late. So if you switch over to a second account, quite often that one is really good. And I used to do this with Apex. I used to buy 5-10 evaluations at a time when they had 80% discounts on. And I would basically line up the accounts. So I'd trade one. It would either get me a couple of $100 and I'd move on to the next, trade it up, get a couple of hundred. If that one started going wrong, stop trading that and move to the next one. Come back to that one tomorrow. So you can shift between accounts. And obviously you gradually get them all over the line and you pass multiples at once. I had 5 running at the same time at once with Apex, all funded. There you go. There's that buy into propulsion. But yeah, I'll find out about that. I need to get it up and running first. Is the ADR or H1 hedging you showed there? Is that ADR or H1 hedging? What this? This is H1 hedging. This is this one, yeah. So this is ADR, and this is H4. And this is the new H1 hedging. 0.4% today, look at that. 11% this week. No, sorry, 6% this week. 11% in the last fortnight. It's been running since the 13th of March. 10 days. Not even 10 days. Looking forward to this one. Oh, I just realized that's in the wrong place, isn't it? Need to pull that down a bit. You can't see a thing, can you? There we go. That was in the wrong place. I've moved stuff on my monitor to try and get the chat up the top, so everything's gone wrong. Ronan, got a question. How do you deal with tax in the UK when you're a trader and you have taken a large amount out? So basically, it's just tax earnings. You pay tax. You pay 20%. You get 12.5 grand free up to, I don't know. My accountant deals with it. Up to X amount, you pay 20% tax, and then over that, you pay 40%. So it's the same as a job. Whatever income you earn, you declare as self-employed, and that's basically what you pay tax on. Unless you do spread betting, the other way you can do it is if you trade with someone like IG. IG is actually a spread broker. So these guys are, you said out here, spread betting. Yeah. So spread betting is exactly the same as trading contracts for differences. The difference being is you have a wider spread. So they're harder to trade if you're trading any type of scalping. But if you're trading H1 or H4 above, that sort of thing, spread betting is fine. So if you do this, you don't pay tax because there's no tax on gambling winnings in the UK. So what IG very cleverly did was they set up exactly the same way of trading in the foreign exchange markets, but spread betting. So you are actually taking bets. They are filling your account, the other side. They are taking the other side of your trade. CFDs, on the other hand, are contracts for differences. Those are exchange traded contracts. So those are taxable. So if you make a load of money doing spread betting, that's brilliant. If your spread betting earnings outweigh your earnings from another employer, your spread betting becomes your main income and then becomes taxable. So if you become a successful trader as a spread betting trader, at one point you get to the point where you have to pay tax on it anyway. Just don't do it. There's no point. It's good, but you don't become successful as a spread better because you're betting. So it's a bit of a misnomer. Same as everywhere else. We have to submit tax returns every year. My accountant works it out. You can set yourself up as a limited company as well. The way that works is you can keep the money in the limited company and draw out a dividend, and then the tax on the dividend is different, and the money you leave in the limited company only gets corporation tax, which is lower than personal tax. But then you limit your earnings upside, so that's a downside. Same way as everybody else, you have to pay tax. Two things are certain: death, taxes. I am trading with Apex, 150k funded. Today there is an offer expiring of 80% off. They've always got an 80% off offer. Apex. Always, always, always have an 80% off offer. Yeah. My old friend's Apex. The trouble is you can't get paid. Just you've got to hold the account for 3 months to get the money, and not much fun. See you on Monday if there's no bank crash. You'll see me on Monday if there is a bank crash. I shall just be poorer. Is that H1 hedging safe to trade prop with? I don't know. This is why I'm testing it. So at the moment, obviously, if you were trading prop, you've passed. The maximum drawdown that I saw, I'm checking this every few hours, but the maximum drawdown I've seen is just over 6%, 6 point something percent, which is fine. Because your max daily drawdown is 5%, and drawdown from equity includes profit banked. So the day that we hit that 6% was one of those days where we'd run up profit. So it's debatable whether or not that would have been a fail or not. I don't know. So it's close. But this is why I'm testing to see what we get to as a max DD on it, because if it is somewhere in the 6 to 10%, which is what I'm looking for, this is why I'm developing it on this time frame hourly, because it's slower. If it's somewhere around there running it on this test, it's very simple to transfer this to prop and drop 30% off of the risk on it, and it won't get to those levels, and it will slow grind a pass within probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And this is kind of what I'm looking for it to do. So it literally is the market reversal alerts EA running the H5 set file, except it's running on the hourly time frame. Yeah. But there's no RSI filters. Yeah. So literally every hourly reversal alert is being taken with no filter whatsoever in place. And it is, when I can scroll down, it is scaling in with a 1.3 multiplier. Yeah. And it's literally looking for 0.5% withdrawal, scaling in 0.5%. So getting in half an ADR, we're looking for half an ADR reward. Yeah. And it's doing drawdown control at 1.5 ADR. So it's really simple. But obviously, because it's running on the hourly time frame and it's taking hourly reversal alerts, in effect, what we're doing is we're swinging in the daily. So we're trading kind of daily swings intraday. So as long as instruments are either slow trending or, as they spend most of their time, range bound, yeah, this should just extract money from the market. It will get stuck when we get into a squeeze, and that's kind of what I'm waiting for. We haven't had one, so I can't actually see what it's going to do. But it's, you know, it works absolutely fine. It's just, I'm not quite sure if the risk parameters are right. And backtesting, what I've got it set as to, backtesting seems to work well. I've backtested multiple pairs over a good 6-month period, and it looks good. But I haven't tested it across multiple instruments, and this is what this live test is doing. So hopefully it'll work. What do I mean by no RSI filter? So the H5 hedge set file. So the H5 mean reversion set file for the EA, it only enters shorts when it's extended on the RSI, lower time frame. So the H5 set file, yeah, the H5 set file, look. Oh, where are we? That's the wrong EA. That's not going to work. Loads of buyers coming in if you're long in the DAX, NASDAQ. Oh my God, look at this. We got the Fed talking. Oh, this was 20 minutes ago. So whatever Bullard's just said they like. Wouldn't read too much into that. That looks like an knee-jerk reaction to me. But yeah, the M5 hedging set file. On the RSI, yeah, look here, RSI filter settings, it's true. So basically what it does on the M5 time frame, when RSI 14 is above 60, it shorts on the reversal alerts. When it's below 40, it longs. So the hedge only operates after we've had a decent push. On the hourly, I'm not using any filters on RSI. So that's basically what it is. I've removed the filtering because that's basically H1M5. If I use a filter of the hourly being extended, I'm basically replicating what H1M5 is, but you're not taking an M5 entry, you're taking an H1 entry. So there's no point in doing that. There you go. Anybody get that? Anybody take that? Anybody listening? Anybody making any money out of everything I'm saying that's happening and unfolding in our eyes, and I'm not doing it because I'm here talking? I will be doing it when I start doing futures a bit more. But then comes VAT, Bartek. No, you wouldn't. If you're a limited company, Bartek, you wouldn't pay VAT because you have no customers, do you? You charge VAT on products that you sell as a company, as a limited company, when your turnover goes above, I think it's 85,000 or something now. But as you're not selling anything, you don't pay VAT on incoming. Limited companies don't pay VAT. You are a contractor. Well, for prop, you're a contractor, but for any of your own earnings, there's no product involved. There's no VAT. Talk to an accountant. Or what I would say is, right, all these questions you're asking about income, they only become a problem when you earn over 50 grand. So the first time you get over 50 grand from trading income, worry about it. Until then, don't worry about it. 95% of people are never going to get there. It's changed only 10 days to get paid. Yeah, Vink, it's changed to 10 days to get paid and then withdrawing every 2 weeks, but you still can't withdraw it all out, can you? If you look at the rules, you can draw 1,000. Look at Apex's rules. Right? Withdrawals. Payout methods. How do payouts work? Withdrawal, profit splits. So you have a required minimum balance of, so you've got to do 1,600 to get a withdrawal. Yeah. Minimum. The minimum withdrawal for any size is $1,000. Yeah. Okay. The maximum withdrawal for each period is 1,500. So if I get a 100K account and run it up to 125K, I can only draw $2,500. Then the next time I can draw $2,500. Then the next time I can draw $2,500. Fine, but you can't do a full withdrawal on your account for the first 3 months. So this is what I'm saying. When I say it's great, but you don't get paid for 3 months, what I mean is with my Forex funds, if I do that, I draw 25K out in 7 days. With these guys, I can draw out the 25K in 3 months. Yeah, this is the difference, Vink. You need to be aware of this if you've got a funded account. I didn't learn this until I went to go and withdraw my first 5K profit. And they said, no, you've got a 50K account. You can't have 5K because you have got a buffer you need to leave in the account. And you can only have $1,000 of it because you have been trading for less than a month. And I was like, what? I've made 5K. They're like, no, you can have $1,000. What did I do straight after that withdrawal? Blew the account. Did I get the other 4K? No. Be careful. Read the fine print. This is why I stay with my Forex funds and EA. They may look good on the surface. You dig into them, you're not allowed to use in EAs. You have to use a stop loss. You've got a 1 in 10 leverage. There's always something there that makes the happy, let's trade prop, a nightmare. EA, my Forex funds, you don't get that. And this is why I'm trying these guys out. Looks great on paper. I'm going to go through the FAQs in detail and everything. And as long as it looks good on paper, brilliant. If I can get funded with them and get a withdrawal, we'll find out. You know, so you just got to be careful. Be very careful. How are these settings different to the 5-minute on hourly hedge? Yeah, so I've just explained that, haven't I? Do you mean higher time frame RSI? Yeah, no, I've explained that already. Oh my God, this chat window is awful. No, it's so small. Are all those demo MT4s with the same broker? They're all Robo Forex. I've had to open 3 accounts with different brokers. I've never had a broker that doesn't allow you to open as many accounts as you like, whether they're demo or live. You can open as much as you like. Robo Forex, I think I've probably got about 50. I can count. Whenever I'm doing any type of testing on anything, I run everything on demo. And what I like to have is a line in the sand. So if I start a 10K or a 100K or a 50K account, if I do an experiment on that account and I go, no, that's not right, I put that into archive and I start a new 100K account or 50K account or whatever it is, run it again. No, don't like that. And I keep doing it. So yeah, IG, Axie, I've got my, well, not my Forex, this is a prop firm. Robo Forex, yeah. Have as many as you like. Could you incorporate a max daily drawdown on your trading manager dashboard? Not daily, no. You'd incorporate that on your EA. You can set an alert. So set an alert in the dashboard to say, this is what this is for, look. Drawdown alert, yeah? So whatever your max daily drawdown is, so let's say, for example, you're trading a 50K prop, which is a maximum 2,500 a day. Do that. If you hit 80% of that, you'll get an alert. So you can use that for your drawdown account. It's already got it in there. So yes, the answer is yes, you can. It's built in. But what I actually had that there for was for hitting max loss. But yeah, that is for that max daily drawdown. Adam, sorry if I've mentioned this already. Is there a superior prop firm to use to begin with, or region dependent? My Forex funds or EA, they take people from all over the world. That's my opinion on them. But go and do your due diligence. Everybody's got different results and different, not different results, different rules. So just use whichever you want to use. Steve, too busy listening to trade. Yeah. Big propulsion gap. So how does the hedge work? Is it just entering on a break of market reverse alerts? Yeah. Exactly. No RSI extension. So literally all it's doing, let's find a recent one. Aussie News. Let's just flick through and find one with a live trade in it. There you go. So literally H1 time frame, reversal alert, in short. Yeah, it would have got in long. Oh, you see, there's the little arrow. You can see that little arrow. Yeah, got in long there, and it got out somewhere. It got out half an ADR away, basically. So half an ADR on this is 44. Yeah, so it got in there and it got out here somewhere. I'll show you. New Zealand dollar CAD. Oh, I haven't done this one in order, have I? There we are. New Zealand dollar CAD. There you go. So got in short there. The reversal alert was there. Got in short there, out there. It got in long there because the reversal alert here was there. That was your structure break there. Got in long there, got out there. Got in long there. Structure break on this one was there. It was actually that whole candle, really. Got in long there, out there. We are now long there and going short. Yeah. So it's very, very simple. It literally is just trading like an idiot. Super simple. When price has gone up and we turn back the other way, you go short. Yeah. If it goes up again, you go long and you wait for the next short and get out of that long on the way. And then you basically get out of both of those shorts for a profit. So it literally just keeps going like that. As long as the market does stuff like this, or like this, or like this, this thing will just keep banking. If it goes like that, we got a problem. But this is prop. This is what I'm designing this for. So if you're trading prop, do you care if it goes like that? What do you do? Oh, well. Start again. Pass. Withdraw my cash. Withdraw my cash. Oh, well. Back to the beginning. Yeah. Rinse and repeat. That's prop. Yeah. Take 5 evaluations. Put this EA on 5 different accounts. Use different instruments on each one. Therefore, you're not going to replicate trades. Some of them might squeeze and blow up. Some of them won't. They will all pass. You withdraw the money from those and you wait for them to keep going until they pop. Then you put them back again. You rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Spend £5,000 on evaluations. Draw out £15,000 in profit. There's your business. It's a business like any other business. Yeah. Cost of doing business is evaluations. If I spend 5,000 on evaluations to get 10 evaluation accounts, if I pass 3 of those evaluation accounts and get them to funded level, out of those 3 evaluations accounts, all I've got to do is make 5K on $150,000 of funding. Yeah. Think about the percentage I've actually got to make on $150,000 of funding. It's not a lot, is it? Yeah. Once I do that, I withdraw it. And then I keep working those accounts until they blow. And then I go back to stage 1. Take a load more evaluations. Blow a load. Pass some. Yeah, and what I'm looking to do is automate that process. Somebody asked a question a minute ago and I saw it and it vanished. I thought someone said, what's your opinion on pass my prop? I don't know if I missed that question. I'm sure I saw it. It might have been another question and I completely misread it. But if that was your question, run a mile. It's a con. Run a mile. Yes, took it, Umar. Good man. Are you still in it? Be careful because we are going to pull back. And don't forget where we're off to as well. Potentially. Although I'm not convinced we're actually going to make it up there today. We might do. We'll see. But Funded Trading Plus is better. Better than what? No, it's not. Thomas, you obviously work for those guys that run that signal service, don't you? This is a worst prop firm in the world, yeah, because you cannot trade on the platform. The platform has lagging execution. I have to disagree with you. Prove me wrong. Show me a screenshot of you taking a trade on the 1-minute chart and it not having a 3-5 second lag before the trade is placed. If they've changed it, I'll go back and eat my words. But every one I've done, well, I say every one I've done 2 8 cap evaluations, both of them exactly the same. Awful. But anyway, I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, fine. I passed my fiddle crest yesterday. Good job, Bartek. Now waiting for your account to be reviewed. You did better than me because I didn't pass fiddle crest. Actually, no, I did. I did pass fiddle crest. Sorry, I did pass. Yeah. And I got to funded and then I blew it. So yeah. City Traders Imperium are good, but not as good as the others. Again, same thing. I love City Traders Imperium. I know the guy that runs it, Daniel Martin, very good. Good trader. But rules aren't as good. Oil pumped. It certainly did. Good oil. Boing. There we go. So I'm in long oil here. We're up in that propulsion gap, so be wary. Otherwise, 125 ADR. Next stop. Trading Like an Idiot with Lee Sampson. Sounds like a book title. It is true, isn't it? Everything I do is the most uncomplicated thing in the world. Everybody that goes through the boot camp, the most common thing I get told in the boot camp when people have done the boot camp, when I say get told, is people message me in Telegram, is apart from the it changed my life type thing, is I didn't realize it was so simple. It's because we've been looking for something overcomplicated for such a long time, and you're convinced there's something better than everything you've got, because the thing you've got doesn't make the Lamborghini rule. When you suddenly realize the Lamborghini rule isn't available, or the Lamborghini system or strategy isn't available, and you go back to the very simple things, which is the market goes up and down, just you're trading like an idiot. What does an idiot do? What's this EA doing at the minute, right? What did I say earlier today? I said earlier today what not to do. Don't take every reversal alert. What's this doing? Literally going, the reversal alert, the reversal. It's literally, yarp. It's stupid. It's stupidly simple. But what's it not using? Stops. That's the difference. It's ridiculously stupid, ridiculously simple, and ridiculously not using ridiculous stops. If I get in here and it does that, brilliant. If I get in here and it doesn't do that and it goes down there, I get in again and wait for it to do that, and then I'll get out. Basis of the boot camp. This is executing it on a stupidly simple level. Here come the sellers coming back down to that propulsion. I'm going to say emulsion one day. David, thanks for explaining that. And your DD is close to 30% of the trade if it goes 1.5 ADR against you. Close 30% of the trade. Yeah, sorry, yeah. Closes 30%. Valentin Kokokov. Andrew. So is City Traders not run by Andrew and Max? No. No. Daniel Martin. Oh, there might be other people that are, I don't know. There might be other people in the company. That's Daniel Martin. Yeah. Martin Ajat. I don't know who those guys are. Andrew and Max. Never heard of them. Don't know. But Daniel, very good trader. And guess what? He's got glasses. He wears glasses. I haven't got my glasses. He wears glasses like mine. Makes you intelligent. But he's very pattern. He's a pattern trader, so he trades a lot of symmetrical triangles. As you can see, they're all over the wall. I never noticed that. Look, Daniel Martin has got symmetrical triangle patterns all over his wall. Forex education, STT strategy, symmetrical triangle patterns. Hey, I've got an indicator that draws symmetrical triangle patterns because they are really good. I like Daniel, he's good. Very difficult to understand. I know there is FOM, but is there FOD? Fear of missing out, fear of getting in. I'm so scared of entering trades. That's because you're over leveraged, Steve. That's all covered in the bootcamp. Drop your risk. There's no scariness, is there? Get in the market with a 0.05. Don't use a stop loss. Wait 1 week. Withdraw the money. Get in with a 5. You'll be crapping yourself every time that candle moves down. Over leverage. Fear of getting in is caused by over leveraging. Lamborghini, I just went to pay the rent. Pay the rent. Cabby, people want to believe it's harder than it is. To add, you have some gurus out there making it seem overly complicated to sell some courses. It's so easy. Valentin, they used to be in Forex signals. I don't know who you're talking about, Andrew and Max. I've never heard of them. They're not City Traders Imperium. CTI is a prop firm, City Traders Imperium. Although they're becoming more of a software EA development and education platform, which worries me, but I don't know who Andrew and Max are. City Traders. Are they just called City Traders? The City Traders. Oh, I've never heard of these guys. Never heard of them. Too expensive. $100 more than everybody else. Why bother? Max daily loss 4%. Overall drawdown 5%. It's all useless. Why would you want to do that when you can get double everything with someone else for $100 less? My Forex funds. So many prop firms out there. You just got to do your due diligence. I've spent days researching prop firms. Days. I've tested everyone that looks good. I've done an evaluation with. I was looking at my outgoings of evaluations over the last year. It would make your eyes water what I've spent on evaluations. Coming back down into this prop firm, this propulsion. So highs have been rejected. Limit orders have triggered. Yeah, so again, if we were looking at this as a market profile, yeah, that is a value area high sell. We're coming back down to value area low, which is now here. It was higher before, but now it's here. This was the previous value area low. Now this is the previous value area low. So if we don't go into a market structure break, because this has broken the highs, if we don't go into a market structure break now, what we will do is come down, retest that low and get bought back up again. Can I read the charts without my glasses? I can't read the charts with my glasses. My glasses are for long distance. If I put my glasses on now, I wouldn't be able to see a thing. Not here. My screen is that far away. No way I could read. I couldn't read anything if I put my glasses on. Umesh, afternoon. Hey bro, from India. Hi Sahil. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you come back. Andrew Lockwood, been London Stock X for 30 years. Cool. I'm not saying he's not a bad trader. I just never heard of him. And the prop, you know, that's the first thing I do when I look at a prop firm. What is the cost? What are the drawdown limits and how long is the evaluation? If they don't match up with the companies that I use, my current suppliers, I see this as a business. If my current suppliers are outmatched by another supplier, I'll jump ship. That supplier then has to go, why have you not trading with us anymore? Because you're not as good. Can you make yourself better? Same as it's any other business, yeah? People want your money. They need to offer you the best possible product. Liquidity grab. Well, it's a limit. That's not, yeah, possibly, but you don't get liquidity grabs in futures, in indices. So you get limit buys and limit sells and value area high sells and stuff like that. This is more a case of we got up to here and they basically got out of their longs and got back into their shorts. There's nobody sitting in this market now with a short order on still, unless they're absolute lunatics. You're out of this already, and you've gone home and you've gone to the pub. You're out in London. You're out having a beer. Thanks for the follow, Vikram. Welcome aboard. Downside move strong. Yeah, until it's not. Look at where you're sitting. You're sitting right in a buy zone at the minute. Do you run your MT4s on a VPS online? Yeah. This one isn't. This is on my PC, and the other one over there, and I haven't got one over there at the moment, but that one over there is. But yeah, my EAs are run on VPS. Embarrassing to say, but I wish I would have been trading like an idiot before losing almost 100k in the markets, Brian. Ow. Over the years. Made it back over time once I simplified my trading. Afternoon, Fanor. Thanks to share. That's okay. Wrapped it up to tuition payment. Exactly. It costs you over £100,000 to become a pilot. It costs you 7 years plus education plus working to become a doctor. 100,000 to become a doctor. Why on earth do you think you can become a six-figure trader for less than 100,000 as well? Now I've been doing it, I realized that I was an absolute idiot buying all those courses, expecting to earn 6 figures a year doing this without spending 10 years trying to learn how to do it and tens of thousands of pounds in education to get here. It's the cost of doing business, isn't it? It just takes a lot longer to learn to do this than to become a pilot or a doctor for most people. And the people that say, I learned this in 2 years. I don't believe you. Sorry, I don't know anyone who's done this in under 2 years. What charts are you showing? Can you tell me? Because I want to see the chart in TradingView. It's written on the screen. Sahil, that's the NASDAQ and the oil charts. Why do you want to see them in TradingView? They look exactly the same. There's no difference. This is the market. Market isn't. If TradingView charts are different to this, I'd be interested because I will do some arbitrage with them. You might have a slightly different price, but your price action will be the same. Won't be any different. Oil's pulling back out the propulsion gap. Oh, I'm looking at it. I was looking at it on my chart over there, about to tell you exactly what you're looking at on the screen. Oil's pulling back out the propulsion gap. So we've got this propulsion gap, which is already tested. So hopefully this will hold and we'll just get a little pullback and push from here. But I'm not expecting much this afternoon. Wyckoff. Umesh, Wyckoff, this chart bro retest. Sorry, I'm not 18. I don't understand that language. Wyckoff. Okay, yeah. I think you need to go back and study Wyckoff. Because if you're calling that a Wyckoff spring, you're missing something, aren't you, up here? Right, I'm going to leave it there because the market's not moving and I'm running out of stuff to say. And I've got a spin class, which I've got to go to at 5 o'clock. So I'll be back at 7:50 Monday morning. I'll be back at 2:20 p.m. UK time on Monday because our clocks are moving forwards on Monday. Spring forward. Yeah, that is, they are going forward. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Well, tomorrow. I'll be back on Monday, same time in the morning, same time in the afternoon if you're in anywhere else but the UK or Europe. And we'll have a look at how everything's gone. But judging by the P&L, oh, hello. I might bank a load of this. But judging by the P&L, we're not going anywhere. Well, this stuff does seem to be moving. The P&L's moving. Pound is moving. Pound CAD's coming back down as well. Look. So stuff is moving, but not dramatic, is it? So we are getting some movement, but not a dramatic amount. So we'll have a look at everything on Monday. see if we've can actually get any ADRs or RSIs on Monday. Doesn't seem like we are. Yeah, and see how everything's going. Your fundamental charts, did you code links to diverse pages which offer the data? Your fundamental charts. Did you code links to diverse pages? Perhaps you answered already. My fundamental pages. Everything you need to know about the fundamental pages on the website is all on each individual fundamental page. So it gives you all the information about them throughout the pages. Is that what you mean? This is all automated. Everything you see on the website is automated. I don't do anything. This is all fully automated. So it goes off and it uses APIs. It uses APIs basically to grab information into databases and it feeds it onto here, yeah? So this is all fully automated and it updates regularly. 10:58 last update. Should have refreshed that, shouldn't I? We haven't looked at it this afternoon, so it doesn't matter. But that will give you the latest update, which will be 3:58. There you go. Trying to remember if it did it in 24 hours or not. Yeah, so it's all automated. Steve, bro does my head in. I know, bro. Like I said the other day, I'm an only child. If you call me bro, I'm not going to respond to you because there's physically no way I can be your bro because I'm an only child. Sorry. Satan's flip-flop. Cheers. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend, everybody. I like you, bro. I'm subscribing to your channel. Cheers, bro. Umesh. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, then. I'll see you on Monday, won't I? Where did I get it from? The data is all over the web. Everything you see on here, before I go, everything you see on here is available on the web. Yeah, so the data is all published by central governments, banks, countries, websites, brokers. Everything you see on here is just an amalgamation of data, which is all freely available on the web. Yeah, everything you see here in the fundamental section is just on the web. All I do is I bring all that information in using APIs to one place where I can just look at it and I don't have to flick about everywhere and do all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So this is all, you can go and find all this information out on the central government websites. If you Google worldwide interest rates, you'll find places out there. It's everywhere. It's just getting it together. That's what this does. Yeah, this is why this is here. This is getting it all together and giving you an idea of which way you should be going, dependent on everything that's happening and everything to do with what affects everything in these markets. I can see Wyckoff in the chart and market doing retest too. Okay, you'll go trade Wyckoff. Lee, you remind me of The Hobbit. You mean Martin Freeman, don't you? We had this morning. We had this game watch this morning's replay. We had a who does Lee look like? One of them was Martin Freeman. He was in The Hobbit, wasn't he? He was The Hobbit, wasn't he? I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, I've got to go. I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend.